All right. Good morning, traders. You're welcome to the Situation Room of Cube Concept Forex Academy, where we pull out the analysis that you guys use during the week. As usual, my name is Mr. One on the moderating table. My co-analyst, the very indefatigable students of Cube Concept, you guys are welcome. And Mr. Mike Bukban, together with Darego White. Today we'll be looking at a few pairs. The market is like it's having its Christmas break already, so the pairs are neither here nor there. We'll be looking at GBP JPY, Euro NZD, Euro GBP. We're going to look at Gold USD, Euro USD, Odd USD, and Euro AUD. I think that's about okay. Finally, then we're going to look at Odd USD. I think that's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to look at 8 pairs. Okay. So without much ado, let us go to GBP JPY. That's the first on the list today. Let's see what it has for us. Okay, GBP JPY. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, GBP JPY. Where are you guys? GBP JPY. Okay, found it. Okay. So as usual, first and foremost, we'll go all the way to the monthly and weekly to see the trend. The trend simply means the direction of the pair. Okay. Looking at GBP JPY, I think we're looking at a situation that we're going to see a buy opportunities, because if I zoom in on the monthly, I'm seeing that Morning Star formation is done completely there. My line charts, I can draw an ascending trend line, basically an uptrend line. So we can say for sure that this pair is on an uptrend. Okay, so it's on an uptrend, no doubt. And using our candlestick analysis, we are seeing Morning Star formation last month, as of November, though we are seeing a doji form this month. Okay, so going to the weekly, we're seeing something that looks like a bearish engulfing on the weekly. Okay, so that means the pair might be doing a retest of the ascending trend line before it pushes up. Looking at the moving averages, we are looking at 10 is still above 20, and 10 and 20 just crossed the 50 moving average, which is a good indication of a buy opportunity. So the chart is showing us a buy bias, and if we go down to smaller time frames, we can see buying opportunities. Now on D1, we're still seeing that the 50 moving average has been holding up the market for a while now. The 10 and 20 moving average are still saying buy, though they just touched for this today. And if we want to look at the candlestick analysis, we're seeing a gravestone doji form. The first one was last week, and this week we're still seeing a gravestone doji. If the color is anything to go by, it's still having a bearish bias. So on H4, there was a gap. You can see the gap. Let me measure that gap over the weekend. That gap is like 66 pips away. It's if you were in for a buy, then you must have enjoyed that gap movement. Okay. I'm still looking at buy opportunities here, but my candlestick analysis is not telling me to buy. Okay. So if I look at seeing a sell opportunity or sell bias with the formation of an evening star on H4, even the next candle that is forming is still having a sell bias. So for me, I will be waiting unless, let me see, is there a sell opportunity from the current point to 200 moving average? Just about 37 pips. So it's not much for me unless you take it down to the next resistance or next support, which could be about 172 pips. For me to confirm a buy, this pair must close above the 50 move before I can look at buy opportunity. So for now, sell according to the chart. So I'll be waiting for buyers, which I'm not seeing on the chart right now. From this point to the 50 moving average is about 48. So unless you want to go for a sell, the pair is not buying for now, and I will be waiting to see information of a bullish candle both the moving average. Okay, apart from that, this pair, shorting this pair if to short the pair at least to the 200 moving average. For you, not much, but for you can do 30, 35. You can do that. But if we take support below the 200 moving average, 100 have like 100 pips. Apart from that, I will be waiting buy confirmation or a spare. I'll be shorting this pair. Okay, so that's GBP JPY, and we're going to move to Euro NZD. Euro NZD has been selling for a long while now. I think for the past 7 weeks. It's almost 2 months since the pair started selling. Where is it? Euro NZD. Okay, I know where to find you. Where are you? Okay, gotcha. Okay, Euro NZD, back to monthly to see where the trend is. Okay, the pair looks to be buying, no doubt, but I found out that the pair, due to the lockdown, has been selling. Okay, especially for the past 3 months. Maybe it has started buying now because I can see a bullish candle on the monthly. And looking at my 50 moving average, I am seeing a dynamic support. So the price has not fallen below the 50 moving average for as far back as 2017, July to be precise. So having that in mind, I think this pair is ready for. Okay, so moving to the weekly. I can see the formation of a tweezer top already. Tweezer tops already are confirming the change in trend from a downward trend to possibly an upward trend. Now on the weekly, you see that the 200 moving average has been holding up for a while, and I think the trend is ready to push up. On the line chart, I can see a very beautiful whammy or double bottom form, still giving us the impetus that this pair is pushing up. So it's a buy for Euro NZD, though you have to pick up your entry triggers and pick up your opportunities depending on your time frame. Okay, on the daily, a Morningstar formation completed yesterday, starting from Friday, Monday, and starting from Thursday, Friday, and Monday. Today is Tuesday, so it's a buy for me. It's a buy for me for Euro NZD, and what I'm going to do is that I'll do a buy stop if I want to buy this pair, and the buy stop will be at 1.72017. Okay, that will be at that point there, 1.72017. Let me go to H4 so that will be clearer. Yes, 1.72017. So somewhere there. Now, if I put this on a line chart, you will see that the pair has actually broken past that level at the level it was at 1.71888. It's actually doing a retest for the continuous move upwards. So it has been on a steady uptrend. Okay, so it's definitely a buy. So I will do a buy stop at 1.72017. So once the retest is complete and the pair is ready to move up, then it will pick us up and we'll buy it at least up to the next resistance level. For me, it will buy past the 200 million range and to the next resistance. The next resistance is at 7.72723. Okay, at least I'll buy it up to that point. Okay, so from there it can still push up depending, but I think it's a long buy. The pair has been selling for a very long while, and if you shrink further, looking at your chart patterns, you can see a shoulder, head, and shoulder pattern. This time the inverted head and shoulder pattern, which is also a buy signal that this pair is going to push up a lot. A measurement from the neck level down to the lowest point is 291 pips. Okay, so from that same neck level, if we do a buy stop from there, we're going to do 200 and okay, let's just say 290. If I put 290 somewhere there, that will be the next at 1.75388. 1.75388. So I would do a buy stop from that point, 1.72017, and I'm going to long this market all the way up to 1.75388. So for Euro NZD, it's a definite buy. All I need to do is to wait for my buy triggers, and I'm on the market. Okay, for Euro GBP, I think that market. Euro GBP, where are you? Where are Dow? Where are Dow? Euro GBP. Just a sec. Okay, Euro GBP. Okay, fine. On the monthly, if I okay, monthly on the monthly, I can see that the pair wants to buy. All right, a bullish engulfing forming there. If I magnify, you can see a bullish engulfing form on the monthly, but you can see the number of upper shadows that you have at that region. That tells me that this region is a strong resistance point. And that region, I put a line there, it's 0.1488 region. You can see that that region has been a resistance for as far back as 13 years. Okay? For as far back as 13 years, that point has been a resistance. Okay? There have been a few breakouts, but obviously this was a fake out that was in 2008. So I'll be looking for a break above this resistance region, a retest before I enter for a buy. Apart from that, I will be looking for shorting opportunities. On the weekly, you can still see that, okay, it's still making an attempt to buy, but that resistance is quite strong. And for me to buy, I'll wait for the pair to break above that resistance at 0.1488, 0.91488 before I can take a buy. But apart from that, I'll be looking for shorting opportunity. But if you look at this W1, there are so many signs that this pair wants to buy. For example, you have the golden cross, which happened, let me see, this is weekly, right? This happened on the 4th of October. So around the 4th of October, it had the golden cross. It tried to break across above that resistance line, but it couldn't. Then you have another test, and this forms a double top, so to say. You can see a double top formation here, so to say. But I'm still looking at what is going to happen with this pair before I take my long decisions. Else, I will just be watching the markets. I'll just be taking a chill pill and watch what the market is doing. You can see that there is a lot of wicks or shadows even on D1. So that pair is still trying to get a direction, whether it's going to break above the resistance level or it's going to sell. But basically, I'm going to take a break, take a chill pill, and see what the market is going to do. So this market is not ready to be traded yet as far as I am concerned. Okay, so you can even see the pin bar or the inverted hammer form here, which is a high price rejection candle, which is still because you have this strong resistance that the pair cannot break yet. So it's still a waiting game for this pair. Even on H4, you can still see that it's finding it hard to break above it. Even over the weekend, there was a gap, and the gap was downwards even when the pair was trying to do a retest. You can see that even when you try to do a retest, the gap went downward. Let me see how many pips from the current point. 43 pips downwards. So it's a waiting game for this pair until it breaks above that region. Then I can long the pair. But if you want to short the pair, you should still have to wait until you get a sell signal. But right now, I'm not seeing any sell signal. I'm still seeing a push upward. So it's a waiting game. Let's see what will happen. If the pair breaks past the resistance and retest, then we can do a long for it. The next pair is our gold USD. So gold is it's still within the flag, the bullish flag. So for me and my colleagues down at Cube Concept, we're still looking for buy opportunities. It's a bullish candle forming right now for this month. For the week, last week formed the Gravestone Doji, which is telling us to take a chill pill. This week we're having a bullish candle formation, so it seems that the buy should have started, but we still need further confirmation of a break. On the daily, I'm seeing a bullish candle, and I'm also seeing a region, a resistance region at 1848.83. So that is the region to break for gold. If it breaks above it and does a retest, then the buy has definitely started. For me also, further confirmation of the buy is for it to push up and break past the 50 moving average, because for some days now, if I may say, let me just look at the day. Okay, over a month ago, the 50 moving average has been acting as a dynamic support. Even the 20 moving, a dynamic resistance rather. Even the 20 moving average has been acting as a dynamic resistance, only that there was a breakout somewhere in December for 3 days, 7, 8, and 9, but it went back below it and has been trading below it. But currently, the bullish candle is forming above it, but we should have to wait for the end of today for us to see if it will actually close above the 20 moving average. So for me, the buy confirmation is a break above 1848.83, a last case of a test, then we can enter for a buy if we see our buy entry triggers. All right, so for the Euro USD, for our Euro USD, for those that have been buying the pair since last week, I'm very sure they have been having fun with it, because just to remind us, Euro USD, Euro USD, where are you? Okay, so this is USD, Euro USD. Okay, so just for us to be reminded, I'm going to monthly again, and I'm going to draw a descending trend line. Okay, now that descending trend line, let me minimize again. You can see that I can draw a symmetrical triangle, and you can see that the pair has broken nicely past the symmetrical triangle. Okay, so it has broken upwards. Let me maximize that. So you can see that it broke out of the triangle 5 months ago. That is somewhere in I think August, right? December, November, October. Yes, in August. Then September, October, it did a retest, and November it went up. It has done the last kiss and it's pushing up. So the whole of November it bought. The whole of December is going to buy. You can really see the bullish candle forming there. Is a Marubozu that doesn't even have shadows. So for me, it's a buy, though right now it's at a resistance somewhere at 1.21583 at the current price. But I will be waiting for it to break past point, do a retest, and push up all the way. I'm going to buy this pair all the way to the next resistance, which is 1.25525. Now going to smaller time frame, this is definitely a buy. There's no story about it. So going to the weekly, yes, it is at that level. If I even bring it down, I think it has done its retest. If I say let me adjust this a bit, let me see how valid that is. Just a moment. Let me shrink and see how valid that is. I think you can see some level of validity because it has acted as a support here a long time ago. It has been a resistance here, and it just broke through that resistance. So on a line chart, let's see how that looks. That looks as if it has just done a retest and is pushing up. All this is trying to tell us that this is a buy market for this pair, and it's a strong buy if we want to go through follow our baby pips, because it's going to take the whole distance. It's not going to happen today, but it's a long time buy market, so you guys can take ample opportunity of this. Now I want to chip in a tip about correlated pairs. You can go and do your analysis and see how it works. When Euro USD pairs are buying, the USD CHF pair will be selling. Okay, so I'm currently selling the USD CHF pair now, as I'm also buying the CHF, the Euro USD pair. So go do your analysis. You can do your demo. Enter the two pairs, one for buy, Euro USD buying, and USD CHF selling, and see how it goes. So that is a tip about correlated pairs. Okay, so it's a definite buy for me, and I will also be selling USD CHF at the same time. Okay, so for those guys on the daily, it's still showing that it's a buy. So if you have your entry trigger, you can buy this pair. On the H4, you can see the hammer. It's a big hammer showing a big price, lower price rejection. So we are still looking for an uptrend all the way. So it's a buy in all the time frames. So you can just do a buy stop above it. You can do a buy stop at 1.2178. Okay, let me see where that is. A buy stop at 1.217. 7. Okay, 788. Okay, let's go to H4, and that's where you see it. 21788. Yeah, somewhere there. Buy stop there should pick you up when it has broken that resistance. You see it more clearly when I do this. Yeah, you see it more clearly on the weekly time frame. So 1.21788, 1.21788. So that's where you do your buy stop, and you should be shooting or longing this pair while you also be shorting the USD CHF pair. Okay, the next pair we're looking at is the AUD JPY pair. AUD JPY, AUD JPY. Where are thou? Okay. All right. For AUD JPY, let's go to the monthly and see what's happening. The monthly looks like a buy. It has been buying for the past 2 months, so it's currently buying right now. But it seems it is at a sort of resistance at 78.310. So on the weekly, it has been buying for the past weeks. But for this week, I think I'm seeing a spinning top form. Spinning top means that you should be careful what you are doing, okay? And if I want to use this trend line, you could see that we have a sort of rising wedge that is forming. You see this clearly. You see this clearly on the daily time frame. So yes, it's a buy, but you should be careful if you're buying this pair. Okay. Now on the daily time frame, I think okay. Let me see. It's a lot steeper. Can we see this clearly on H4? Okay, it's daily. Okay. Let me minimize this. If we bring this down, you can see that we're having a wedge pattern formation. And a rising wedge pattern formation tells us that this pair is supposed to break below. And you can see, though it is buying, it's already having a bearish tendency. So for me to buy this pair, I will wait for a close above the H1, above the 20 moving average on H1. Okay, so I wait for a close above the 20 moving average on H1 before I long this pair, or on H4. On H4, if this pair closes below the 20 moving average, I'm going to short the pair. I take that again. A close below the 20 moving average on H4 will trigger my sell bias, while a close above the 20 moving average on H1 will trigger my buy bias. So it's another waiting game. I think the pairs are trying to teach us how to be patient. So we need to wait and see what happens with the pair. So at the end of today, and depending on the time frame you're trading, you should be able to make your decision if you're shorting the pair or you are longing the pair. To short this pair up onto the ascending trend line, you have about 40 pips or thereabouts. And to long the pair up to the ascending trend line, let me see how many pips we can get. To long this pair above the 20 moving average all the way up, I think you can have above 50 pips or thereabout. So each way you can have a minimum of 45 to 50 pips each way. But as I will always say, patience is the key. Wait for your signals to trigger. For buy, I'll look at a close above 20, we test and shoot up. For a sell, on H4 this time for a sell, I'll look for a close below 20 moving average and I'll short the pair. On H1, a close above 20 moving average would allow me to long this pair. Okay. So for Euro AUD, let's go and see what's happening with Euro AUD. On the monthly, if I shrink the monthly time frame, I can see that the pair is on a buy. Okay, but for the past 9 months, this pair has been selling. you should know what the selling, why the pair has been selling because of the coronavirus and all that. The European continent has been one of the worst hit continents in the world. Okay, so the Australian economy has been able to manage their own portion of coronavirus such that the economy is not so affected. So they have been doing a lot better than the European economy. Currently, the European continent is on a lockdown, so you can be expecting the sell to continue. If we're going to use that as a parameter or as a basis for our analysis. So, but looking at the trend line, it's still an uptrend, though the pair has been selling. Even on the monthly, I can still see a bearish candle form, though it looks more like a spinning top, which tells me that my downtrend is fizzling out or the sellers are weakening. This is on monthly. On weekly, you can see that a bullish candle is gradually forming. So I think the spinning top we saw on the monthly is actually playing out better on the weekly. So it tells me that we should be looking for buying opportunities. Now, if I go all the way to daily, okay, I can see something that looks like an inside up, all right, which tells me that it's an uptrend. So I will look at a break above the 1.61503 resistance line, a retest. Then if the pair is still going up, then I'm going to long the pair. Now this resistance line is common or similar to that on H4. You can see that there has been a break above it on H4. The second candle that is forming is bearish. Let me take that as a retest, and let me believe that it's going to push up so I can do my buy. On the line chart, you can see a little break above it. Let's believe that that's a retest. So let's see how the next candle will form. Then we'll take a decision whether to long this pair or not. So a break above the resistance at 1.61503 for a buy. Either you're on D1, H4, or H1. All of them will have to break above that region before I enter for a buy. Okay. Now for AUD USD, going back to the monthly, sorry about these lines. Going back to the monthly, I see a similar downtrend that looks like the Euro USD. Okay, I see a clean break above the descending trend line, a retest, and a push upwards. But as usual, it is at a resistance level. I think you see that better on W1. It's on a resistance level on W1, on 0.75178. And let me go to daily. I think I'll see those two lines clearly. Okay, yeah. Just pardon me. Okay. The region is 0.74861 and 0.75178. That region is a region I'm looking for a retest before a push upwards. On H4, it looks as if it has broken that region and is doing a retest for a bullish movement, which is a push upwards. On D1, I think it also is doing a similar thing. I'll wait for the D1 to finish retesting. I'm already seeing lower price rejection. If I see a bullish candle form by tomorrow, then it means we are good. Or if at the end of today, a bullish candle is formed, then the last case has been completed and we can long this pair. Okay, on the H4, the same thing. Let's see how today completes. Then if we have something that's bullish on the candlestick, then we can long the pair. Moving average lines is still selling buy as 10 is above 20 moving average. So I think we are still buy biased for this pair. And you should also look at it critically before you long the pair. So on all the time frames, we're still seeing buy signals. If you look at the weekly again, you see that the price has broken above the 200 moving average. which is telling us it is a definite buy. Okay, right now the 10 moving average has just crossed the 200 moving average, and it's still telling us that it is a buy situation. So for my time frame, we trade mostly D1 and H4. We'll be waiting for a bullish candle to form so that we can long the pair. So guys, please give us a thumbs up from last week's analysis. Let us have your comments and feedback on how it went. When the pairs, when you take your trades, let us have the trades coming. See, let's post the trades. Tell us how the trade went. Give us a thumbs up, and we'll continue serving you guys. So I think we've come to the end of this analysis for today. I hope you guys will enjoy your trade this week. Once again, I'm going to thank my indefatigable students that came around to help us with analysis. My co-analyst Michael Okwan and Darego White, and I always remain your humble moderator, Mr. Anitepan. So see you same time next week in the Situation Room of Q Concept Forex Academy. Thank you very much, and you have a wonderful trading week.